Hi and welcome to the Shave Tank. Today I'm talking about pre-shave. So we already saw an overview of my full shave in an earlier video, and today I'm only talking about the pre-shave routine. Now the most important thing about pre-shave is you cannot overdo it. No way. If you think you've done too much, then you probably have done it right. So that's it. Take a really long shower before, so everything is moist and soft and nice. Take a hot towel. As I said, leave the towel on there for a few minutes. Most of the time I lay down with a little bit of good music and listen to like one song, as most songs are about 2.5 to 3.5 minutes. That's perfect. If your towel gets too cold, then warm it up again. Get a second hot towel. 3 hot towels, 4 hot towels, as much, however you like it, absolutely no problem. Just do it and see that everything is soft and nice. Then we go into pre-shaves. For beginners, I absolutely recommend pre-shaves. One of my favorites is the Proraso. Here is the sensitive, there's the standard, and I think there's one more brand. I mostly use the sensitive. It's oily, chunky, really good massaging. Gives a little bit of a cool feeling on the skin. Very nice. If you don't like that cool feeling, get some sort of pre-shave oil. This is also a beard oil. So you can, if you have like a mustache or something, you can also massage that into it and get a really good, nice and soft hair on your beard. And also works excellent as a pre-shave. This is Kalani oil, really nice, but there are several others like Mirsol, Icoliani, whatever works for you. Like there's almond oil and all that. Some people use olive oil. Of course you should take an organic olive oil, and yeah, works very well. Put that on there, massage it in really nice, and then we go into the most important part, building a good lather for the shave. Now I'm going to show you a few lathering techniques. For demonstration purposes, I will use 2 different brushes. One is a Badger silver tip brush, which I have already soaking here in a cup. It's from Mühle, if you can see it here. It's a silver tip Badger brush. Very good. I personally don't use bore brushes, just don't like them. I try them, even the very good Omegas and stuff like that. Not for me. I also tried horsehair, the V-Long, also was not for me. Some people like them, so whatever floats your boat, go with it. These days I mostly use synthetics, but we go to that later. Just for demonstration, I show you one of my leftover silver tip brushes, which I still sometimes use. So I have this soaking in this cup for like 5 to 10 minutes. So it's really nice and wet here. And I'm going to show you how to bowl lather first. And for this I'm going to use a soap. No, not a cream. Creams are very easy, so we're going to start with soap. I show you a face lather with a cream because that's very convenient, but bowl lathering with a cream, you really can't go wrong, and it's basically the same, just you don't load the brush first. And for showing you the bowl lather, I'm going to use Razor Rock XXX, one of my favorite soaps. Also very beginner friendly. You can't go really wrong with this. If you can't lather this, then soaps are not for you, because this is really easy to lather. Let's screw it up. You see, I use that quite a lot. So And what we do is, we're going to take the brush out of here, put the water out of the cup so it's empty, and then we're going to get the water out of here. Some people like to leave more water in the brush, it's not me. I'm going to really put most water out of there, even squeeze a little bit, and then take the cup and go in there. And in the words of the stallion, load it like you hate it. Now we're not lathering yet, we're just loading the brush with shaving soap. So, to get all this. This is probably already way too much, but it's okay. For demonstration purposes, always good to have too much. So, the brush is loaded, and then we just take the cup, brush in there, and go on. Now, this is of course way too dry, so I'm going to just dip this in the water. I have a little water in the tub. Just wet this a little bit, and then go back in there. And as you can see, we already have a little foam explosion here. So loads and loads of foam. So you can see this soap is really easy. A little bit more water, dip it in there. And you can see really nice pasty. Now with other soaps this can take up to 2 to 3 minutes, so don't get discouraged. This really can take some time. The Razor Rock Triple X is so easy, and you can see we have a very good creamy consistency here. Before you go into the face, wet your face a little bit. And then we take the brush and go in the face. Like this. Massage it in. And you have a really nice leather. Very good, very easy, very quick, very fast. Let me rinse that off and then we show you another. Now the next technique we are going to talk about is hand lathering. I've loaded my brush as before with the Razor Rock Triple X. Hand, brush, and you go in there. Too dry. Water. Too dry, water. Now I've got a little bit too much water, but no problem. You just go on and lather it up there. And in the end, you should have really nice leather in there. that. So really nice, slick leather. Let me wash that off. So these techniques, both with the silver tipped brush, and now I'm going to go for another brush for a little quick face leather. This is the Plisson synthetic. It's pretty much the only brush or sort of brush I'm using now. I have more than one of these. Synthetic, absolute best thing you can have to leather, in my opinion. So like I said, some people prefer pore brushes. And for the face leather, we're going to use cream. Palmolive here. With a face leather, I just take a few drops of the cream, put it on my face, like this. Take the brush, dip it in water, like this, dry it out a little bit, and then go for it. Too dry, water it. And here we go. Foam explosion incoming. Now my face is fully leathered, and you still have enough here for a good second, third pass. As you can see, we brought that out. Totally enough for a second or third pass. Let me wipe that off and then come back for a few remarks at the end here. So here we are back, and yeah, remarks. If you're really lazy, take a cream like Palmolive or Spike or something like that. Works always. If I'm on the road or I'm sailing a lot, if I'm on a sailing boat, I just have the cream with me, put a little bit of the cream in my face, take the Plisson, and you're gone. It's like Kung Fu. If you ever have more time, actually prefer soaps. You can see this Razor Rock Triple X here that we used. It still has a lot of foamy goodness in there. It's so easy to leather. Don't be afraid of soaps. They're really easy to go, so no problem there. Sometimes you just make a little bit of more of a mess, like I just did. So very important, if it's still wet, I always recommend put the soap open somewhere and let it dry out for like at least 24 hours. Simply because it will hold up longer. Some people say close it, the sooner the better. I say don't do that. Soaps like to be dry. No, they won't lose their scent. The opposite is actually true. If the soap is too wet in the container and then closed up, it will actually lose more scent than if you let it dry it out and then close it up. So that's my final recommendations. As for the brushes, like I said, I'm not very keen of pore brushes or horse brushes. My favorite brush is the Plisson, which I'm going to quickly rinse off here. It's also very easy to clean. Just put it under the water and like press it out a little bit. and then just like this, push the water out of the brush like this, hang it up, and you're done. Now with the silver tipped brush that we used, you have to be a little bit more careful, but I do basically the same. Wash it out, just don't squeeze or push that much with it. I'm always a little bit more careful with those badger brushes. And I don't squeeze it out like with the Brisson, I just push the water out. Like this movement here. Until it looks like this again. And then we put it back into the stand and we're done with it. So that's it for the whole pre-shave. You cannot overdo it. If you think you have to do something more, like some people like to lather up, put the lather in their face, leave it there for 2 to 3 minutes, wipe the first lather off, then lather again, and then do the first pass. Do it. Whatever floats your boat, whatever you have fun with, you cannot overdo the pre-shave. Now have fun shaving and see you soon. High five. Bye bye.